Welcome to Infinite Light. My name is Shawnee. I'm going to do a twin flame reading. I don't normally do twin flame readings, but I just feel like after this 11/11 portal, things are a little bit different. This Scorpio season is causing a change, I feel. So for those of you guys who resonate with being on a twin flame journey, this reading is most likely for you. My nose is itching and it hasn't done that in a long time. And I read on a very normal basis. So I want to say I'm tapped in. Let's do it. Spirit, thank you so much for bringing me here. Thank you for guiding me to this message. Thank you for your protection. Allow me to deliver this message clearly and concisely to whoever is watching. Should anything negative come up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me. I don't want it on my household, and I don't want it on the viewer. I want to find out how does the... So I don't know if I'm talking to the divine masculine or the divine feminine here. I do realize, though, that I keep stuttering a lot. So that's interesting. Stuttering is something that I used to do when I was younger. I didn't really stutter. I kind of had like a stammer. And for it to come back, it usually comes back when I'm really tired, and I'm not. And when I'm really stressed out, and I'm not. So I could be picking up on your energy. But again, here goes my notes. I don't know if you're the masculine or the feminine. So you've got to pick. At this point in your journey, hopefully you figured out which one you are. Okay? All right, because divine masculine and divine feminine does not necessarily mean male and female. All right? So I want to see what's the current energy of the divine masculine. Hold on, let's use this deck. I want to see what is the current energy, spirit, of the divine masculine. For everyone's greatest and highest good, what is the current energy of the divine masculine? The divine masculine is sitting in the Three of Swords. There's a lot of evaluation over pain, over word choice, over conversation, over the in and out, over the back and forth. The divine masculine is still feeling very much the pain. You know, who knows the last time you had interaction with your divine masculine, but they carry this like it just happened, like it's brand new, even if it was years ago. Let me see, what is the divine feminine? Its current energy. What is the divine feminine's current energy for everyone's greatest and highest good, please, Spirit? The Two of Wands. You know, it's like y'all are both doing evaluating right now. Y'all are both doing some evaluation and some thinking, but if you are the divine feminine, you're kind of a stage ahead, which actually makes sense because now you're in the planning stage. Look at the flame in the middle of that. Isn't that interesting? That is not normally how the Two of Wands is depicted. And there's literally a flame and there's a male energy and a female energy. So that's interesting. So I feel like the divine feminine is well aware of what this connection actually is. You've been doing a lot of planning for your own life. I do feel like you are on the cusp, divine feminine, of taking action, potentially even taking action away from your divine masculine. You might even say outwardly, like, no, I'm done with my divine masculine. Like, you might find yourself saying stuff like that. I'm not holding a door or space open for this person. You know what I'm noticing is that both of these people have green eyes. And so it would probably be interesting for you to give Green Eyes a listen. It's an Erykah Badu song. It's about a 10-minute song, but it really talks about like the evolution of seeing patterns for what they are in a relationship and then learning to find your voice and letting go, and even dealing with sometimes the lover finding somebody else or having a rendezvous with other lovers. And I feel like that song might resonate with you. So look up Green Eyes by Erykah Badu if you are the divine feminine. That might give you a little bit of strength, a little bit of power, and it might help you as you're in your planning phase. right now. You could, divine feminine, be planning because you could have felt some sort of shift in your energy between you and your twin. In this month of November, you could be planning to have a conversation. Maybe you even reached out. Hey, are you ready to have a conversation? Type thing. I don't know if you got a response. Let's see. Divine masculine. How's the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine right now, please? 2 cards came out. Forgotten person and hope. Forgotten person, I do feel like you're over here planning divine feminine. The divine feminine is over here planning, a life potentially without the divine masculine. And just by you putting that out there in the universe, in the energy around you, I mean, like, for you guys to be twins, y'all are linked, so they can feel you separating and pulling away. They may not be able to hear you say, I'm done with my divine masculine, but they can feel that. And so that's why this forgotten person is coming up. Even though they are this pain of the last couple of times that y'all had a union together, or the last couple of times you guys talked together, even though the pain is still there for this person, they do have hope that something will change. Probably most likely in you, so that you'll come back to them. How does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? How does the divine feminine feel about the divine masculine? You know what? The divine masculine almost expects you to be the one to reach out, right? Runner, chaser. They expect it. And you know what? They're fine with that pattern. I do feel like here with this hope. Looking for. I would be surprised if you didn't already somehow, like, kind of do, like, for some of you guys, like, oh, okay, all right, well, I feel you. Send a text message or an email and be like, hey, did you want to talk? Do you want to say something? Like, or maybe even in your prayers, or as you feel their energy around, you're like, what? Like, what? I can feel you. I can see you in my dreams. I know you're here. I can smell you. I can hear your vehicle. Things keep reminding me, I know you're here. I know you can hear me. What do you want? And you're looking for a response. But I don't feel like you've received that response. So why are we here today, Spirit? You brought me to do this twin flame reading. Now that we've established both energies between the masculine and the feminine, and how they feel about the other person. They're not really feelings, honestly. It's really more like action and intent. But let's see what's going on with this twin flame journey for these two. The Lovers in the reverse, the Temperance in the reverse, the 9 of Swords in the upright, and then the 8 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, so look, this right here is telling me everything that I said. Like, okay, it's still not in balance. It's not. Listen, I feel like this twin flame union is still it's like a bun in the oven. It's not ready yet. It's still cooking. And it could have a lot to do with the divine masculine still feeling the pain as if it happened yesterday. There's still a lot of imbalance. You guys have not come back together, not correctly. Is it lack of harmony, lack of long-term vision? Like, even with the divine masculine still being in this energy, how would you expect this person to try to create or even talk about a future with you if they're still stuck in the past? The 9 of Swords here and the 8 of Wands in the reverse is telling me, like, the communication is right now only happening in the 5D. The communication in the 3D is very much non-existent. But if you are seeing your twin in your dreams, that's because your souls are hashing it out, essentially. So what can we expect this energy of November to bring in this divine in this twin flame journey, what can we expect for this November energy? The Page of Cups in the upright, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Four of Cups in the upright, and then the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Listen, there could be a message that isn't responded to. Somebody sends out a, hey, how are you doing? A happy birthday, a happy Thanksgiving, a Merry Christmas or whatever, and there's a lack of response. Or like, this is the Page of Cups, so it wouldn't necessarily be like I miss you. Like, it just depends on where your relationship is. But somebody reaches out this November, and then the other person doesn't reciprocate. And if they do, it's like very much nothing. How are you doing? I'm good. Are you doing okay? Yes. And that's it. Nothing really beyond that. So I do feel like there's further evaluation that is going to be happening in November. This Four of Cups and this Nine of Pentacles. Y'all are both individually meant to be working on releasing the past and elevating yourself in your present moment. Some of you guys are supposed to be working on money. Some of you guys are supposed to be working on your mental. All of you guys are supposed to be working on your mental and your physical health. Some of you guys are going through an aesthetic transition, like a glow up, or you've been called to kind of change out your wardrobe, or, do your hair differently, or your makeup differently if you resonate with those two modalities. But don't be surprised if you start, so essentially, like, there's this hawk that's here. So you might see hawks a lot in your reality, but this hawk here is essentially talking to her in that spirit. Don't be surprised if you start getting a lot of like ideas from the ethers, or that's my dog growling in the background. She wants to get into the studio. And a lot of like downloads from your spirit guides or from the universe or from God saying, hey, you know what? Let's work on this happiness within ourselves. Let's work on this joy within ourselves. So you might actually be called to maybe watch more comedies versus dramas, or be, going out and hanging out with friends, and that kind of makes sense because it's like holiday season here coming up. But taking care of your own personal wishes. You've always wanted to do A, B, C, or D. And then so you start seeing opportunities to go and do A, B, C, or D, or to get on track with what things that you used to do, that you used to find. It's like the idea, it's this energy of coming out of hiding or coming out of a depression. Sometimes when people are depressed, they don't do the things that used to bring them joy. And so now I feel like y'all are both being given opportunities to do the things that you once used to enjoy. And those are via messages and downloads from the universe. Let me get some advice for both the masculine and feminine, whatever it is you resonate with. The Five of Wands in the reverse, conflict avoidance. Right now is not the time to be reaching out. Right now the time is for you to heal and transmute. A lot of call for meditation here with this Four of Cups. A lot of times for reevaluation, allowing the epiphanies to come in. Essentially, this is basically like a prayer that you could use, or an acknowledgement to the universe, like, hey, or however you want to say it. Just basically saying, I'm open. I'm open to receiving new points of view. I'm open to the truth. I'm open to releasing the past perspective. I no longer wish to stand in my own way of the progress that is meant for me and this connection, or just for me. All right, guys, I hope that helped in some way, shape, or form, so you can find some direction throughout the rest of November. If you liked this video, I do a lot of other type of readings. I go live every Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. Central Time, which is the same time zone as Chicago. And I do all signs love readings. I love doing that. So definitely, if you like my energy, I'm a little bit more hyped up on Tuesdays. So turn on that notification button, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments down below what it is that you are wanting to get out of November for yourself. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.